Hello everybody, 'tis I, TheRumpledOne, Time Magazine for July 8, 2013. Cover story, The Pursuit of Happiness. Why Americans are wired to be happy and what that's doing to us. Here we go, turning pages. Got a full page ad here for Pradaxa. Actually, it's 3 full pages. And of course, they have some side effects, and you just have to wonder why the FDA approves them. The briefing page. They were asking for their voices to be heard. The results speak for themselves. This is Wendy Davis, a Texas state senator, after staging an 11-hour filibuster of a bill restricting abortions on the raucous crowd in the state capitol, whose chanting helped time expire before Republicans could pass the measure. We got a quote from LeBron James. "I'm LeBron James from Akron, Ohio, from the inner city. I'm not even supposed to be here. That's enough." Pretty good quote. It says the price of a farm bill should not be making more people hungry in America. Jim McGovern, the Democratic representative from Massachusetts, as Congress failed to pass a farm bill, throwing into question financing of the nation's farm and food stamp programs. I was listening to the radio the other day, and I haven't checked these facts. I believe it was Hannity. And he said that there's 316 million people in America now. And according to, I guess, the Bureau of Labor, their statistics, we've got 90 plus million Americans employed. But on the different food stamp programs, I think he said there was 11 or 15 different programs where people get food, like food stamp card and the women and children in crisis, that WIC, and there's a bunch of others, the school lunch programs, hot breakfast programs. He said there's, I think, 11 or 15, I can't remember the number, but he said there's like 101 million people involved in those programs. So he says this is the first time that there's more people, you know, with their hand out taking money than there are with the people putting money in. Something to think about. Really is. America in the 21st century. Who would have thunk it? Let's see, Chicago Blackhawks scored 2 goals in 17 seconds to win the Stanley Cup. Go Hawks! I hate the Bruins with a passion. There, and it's getting back at you, Pat Brady. Yeah, I remember you back in junior high and high school wearing that Boston Bruins shirt. I remember that when the Bruins beat the Blackhawks. Hey, it took me long enough, but got you back. It says $2,120 is the median value of items and cash stolen during completed household burglaries in 2001, up 54% from 1994, according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics. That's median. That means in the middle. Not average, but median. See, a lot of people don't understand the difference. And that's how, when you use statistics, you can confuse people. Make them believe what you want to believe. Influence them. Persuade them. Now we talk about Snowden's shaky status as a refugee. Now, on this Snowden business, I think there's too much focus on Snowden and not enough focus on what he's revealed. I think that's how the press, the media, the spin doctors, the politicians, see, once again, they're attacking the messenger. But I'm not falling for it. Let's see, the top sources of refugees: 2.6 million from Afghanistan, 1.1 from Somalia. Those are the only two that have over a million. But you know, Snowden, I mean, he did something that was probably, could be history altering. I think if enough people realized what he's done and what it means, the impact, who knows what could happen in this country. Let's see, 4 countries want to be part of the EU, the European Economic Union: Serbia, Montenegro, Macedonia, and Iceland. See, 880,000, that's the estimated number of bicycles in Amsterdam. Population 800,000. One of the world's most bike-friendly cities. Some streets have so many cyclists there are bike traffic jams. Let's see, they found a 54-acre ancient Maya city in the Mexican jungle. I tell you, some of this stuff is just crazy. We got Watching the Watchers. Is the secretive FISA court too close to the FBI and NSA? I mean, I didn't know this, but they got secret courts and secret laws in this country. The land of the free. Obama and transparency. We've got secret courts and secret laws. There's a new convenient way to have Viagra shipped to you. Okay, the People's Court on Race and Gay Marriage. The Supreme Court finds for a changed country. I'm just going to leave that one alone. Spy games, using social graphs to predict trends and quell disasters and more. And I don't remember if it was in Time magazine or some other place that I guess they can tell by who you talk to and what sites you look at based on statistics whether or not you're up to no good. I think it's kind of like in that Tom Cruise movie, Vanilla Sky, Thought Crimes. It's a pre-crime arrest. It's pretty interesting, yet but pretty scary. Let's see, milestones. James Gandolfini. He was Tony Soprano. He passed away. Well, let's see. We had a test tube rhinoceros born in the Montgomery, Alabama zoo. First rhino successfully conceived through artificial insemination in the U.S. And let's see. Arrested Aaron Hernandez of the New England Patriots. And I guess if you had one of his jerseys, the Patriots will allow you to turn it in. Or they had one day you could turn it in and get somebody else's jersey. Let's see. Gary David Goldberg died. He created the sitcom Family Ties. And Bobby Blue Bland, blues singer, he passed away. And Sam Farmer. You ever see the Farber company Good Grips? It has the OXO. He passed away. And then fired Paula Deen. And her quote is, "If there's anyone out there that has never said something they wish they could take back, please pick up that stone and throw it at my head so hard that it kills me." You know, it is kind of funny. I don't know if you want to call it double standard or insanity, which I think I'm going to do a video. It's no longer political correctness. It's just political insanity out there. But there's so many things I could talk about. That's a separate video. So we'll just move on from here. Life after easy money. The Fed is finally making it move. Get ready for the biggest market shift in 5 years. Under Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke, the central bank purchased an unprecedented $3 trillion in assets to buoy markets and boost the economy. It's a house of cards, my friends, my fellow Americans. It's a house of cards. Oh yeah, here we go. Big data meets Big Brother. If computers can now predict our behavior, should governments watch our every move? Of course not. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And the cover story. The happiness of pursuit. Even though on the cover they said the pursuit of happiness. Guess they talk about Jefferson writing those words and things. And happy thoughts. Said happiness is not a goal, it's a byproduct. That's Eleanor Roosevelt. And Steve Jobs said the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. It's interesting. Mark Twain, here's a good quote. Every man is a suffering machine and a happiness machine combined. The two functions work together harmoniously with a fine and delicate precision on the give and take principle. We got a full page ad here from Verizon. I think I did that story or talked about it a week or two ago about how they got the Boss robot. Well, now they're using that same type of robot, so if a kid's at home, he can still go to school, move the robot around the school. I don't know about steps though, so if the class, I don't think they figured that one out. But I guess they will. Maybe somebody will carry the robot up for the kid. But technology is pretty amazing. And they say, got joy. It's interesting how they like to divide us up. And in this poll, they separate Democrats from Republicans sometimes. They had this, then and now. Do you consider yourself an optimist or pessimist? Back in 2004, 79% of the people polled said optimists, and 50% said optimists. And 15% said they were pessimists in 2004, and now in 2013, only 4%. Where in 2013 you got somewhere in between is 43%, whereas back in 2004 it was only 2%. So I guess that means more people don't know anymore. They just don't know. They said 56% of the people spend time on social media. Yeah, I get out on Facebook every now and then, but not that much. Mainly for the prepper stuff. But anyway, polls, I mean, you can take them or leave them. And they talk about the states of happiness. Achieving bliss is complicated no matter where you are in the world. They show, I guess, other countries and whether or not people are happy. Free to be happy, once again, about Jefferson. They said the Declaration of Independence enshrined the pursuit as everyone's right, but the founders had something much bigger than bliss in mind. It's mainly the acquiring and possessing property. But it's interesting because I think I may have pointed out property, when we're talking real property, as in real estate, could be part of the problem. Because see, back then, I guess people could just homestead, park their wagon, and sleep. And, you know, maybe the bad guys bother them, but for the most part they could do that and nobody cared. But nowadays there's plenty of signs. No overnight camping. No sleeping on the beach. No, no, no. You gotta even have a game of happiness here. Kind of interesting read. This was a fun edition. They talk about the heir apparent. Why William and Kate's firstborn, due in mid-July, is already a figure of global influence. Do you really care? The Royals? Come on. Is it really worth it? In the wild, Alan Simpson and Grover Norquist hunt for common ground at the National Zoo. You know, we just really need to just have a clean sweep of Washington, D.C. I really believe that. These guys, because they don't care about you and me. They only care about themselves. And if they've done something wrong or something's gone wrong on their watch, they're going to do whatever it takes to cover it up or to keep it from tainting them and having to do time for the crimes that they've committed. It's just that simple. Talk about the Cuban evolution. I mean, do I really care? Does it affect me? The 4 a.m. Army. Every morning, hundreds of thousands of workers show up for jobs that are unseen, uncertain, and underpaid and vital to the U.S. economy. Talking about temp workers here. That is one of those, I don't know if you ever known any temp workers or tried to be one, but if you think about it, that's, once again, it's part of the problem. You see, you got some guy in the middle, has his company, temp workers, right? And they contract the companies, and then these temp worker company goes out and finds bodies. And off of each one of those bodies, this temp worker company makes money. But you see, the hiring company has an advantage because they don't have to do the paperwork. They don't have to pay the tax, employment tax. That's all on the middle company. The middle company is making money off these people. Basically, all they're doing is shuffling papers. So you can see that these temp worker companies are basically gaming the system. They see the system, they see how to make it work to their advantage because of the laws that have been passed and enacted and are enforced in this country. So once again, it's back to ghetto physics. It's somebody making money off of somebody else. It's just the way it is. Green on blue, how one Afghan friend became an enemy. I guess this is like friendly fire type of incident. But you know what? It wouldn't happen if we would just keep our nose out of other countries' business. Think about that. Then we're back to culture. Let's see. Robert Downey Jr. will reprise his role as Iron Man at least twice more in the Avengers 2 and 3. And then we're going to have watermelon Oreo cookies. You got the vanilla Oreo with the green and pink filling. I'm going to have to try them if they come to this area, just because. I'm not a big fan of watermelon. I prefer cantaloupe myself, but it looks good. Oh, let's see, the Hostess Twinkie's coming back, and I guess the new brand's going to even have a longer shelf life. Let's see, the company that produced the Nerf ball is now coming out with a line of dog toys, including a launcher that can hurl a toy hundreds of feet. Guess that'll give the dog something to chase. Chances are the dog will just probably look at you. I ain't getting that. Okay, what else we got? Some books that I probably will never read. It's funny. I usually read books because I'm reading a book and the author recommends a book, or I'm reading something on the internet that recommends a book and I want to do a little more study on that subject. Internet famous comedian Kevin Hart fills arena and is a TV and movie star. Meet him. Never heard of him. because he's internet famous. Let's see. Glowing Green, a documentary makes the case for nuclear power. The name of the documentary is Pandora's Promise. So I guess I'm going to have to check that one out. Okay, what else we have here? A model apology. If Paula Deen really wants to repent, she'll have to go the whole hog. Well, I've already discussed Paula Deen and... Okay, 10 questions with actress and activist Vanessa Redgrave. This is funny. This is pretty cool, actually. She was asked, what do you think then of President Obama? Oh, I'm not going to say. I'm a British citizen. I don't have a right to vote here. But you have the right to an opinion. Yeah, but we're not discussing that. At least I'm not. That's too funny. And Toyota's on the back page. Anyway, that's Time Magazine for July 8th and July 15th, 2013.